Yo, just want to do this video real quick and just talk to you about starting content creating and how your family isn't going to be the crowd that makes you rich. It is a sucky process, and a lot of people, including myself, when you first start out content creating, you naturally, talk to a friend or two or some people that are in your sphere of influence, and you're like, hey man, subscribe, or hey, can you support, or whatever. And it is difficult, when you're trying to get the likes and the views and all of the different stuff. But you're like, I'm trying to figure out my style and my products and all of these different things. And there is a subtle expectation that we put on each other, and we're like, hey, I just started this thing. I know that they're going to support me and they're going to like my videos, they're going to reshare. And you start to put out videos and content and different things, and next thing you know, you got 4 likes and 2 views. And this is not a bitter speech. This is not something that I'm necessarily salty about. I just want to educate you and expose you to what happens in the mindset. And what ends up happening is that as you are going through this, what ends up happening is that there is a crowd of people that will tell you, man, well, just don't care about them. You just keep producing. And no, I'm with you. You're gonna have to keep doing that. But there is a mindset that you need to have as well, so that you don't allow the lack of attention to stop your production. All right, and pieces in the car. But this is very important, because when you are producing content, there is an entitlement that a lot of us experience. We want to be viral quick. We want to be popular quick. We want to be liked and loved by everybody. We want to be told how much our clothes that we sell or the product that we sell change so many people's lives. And kind of like natural things, right? But it doesn't really happen that way. And strangers are going to be the reason why you're rich. All right. I know that, your parents told you don't talk to strangers, and, strangers can hurt you and harm you. But let me tell you something. What up? What up? Strangers are going to be what makes you rich. And what you're going to do is realize that if people that knew you could make you rich, they already would have. All right. And so, don't worry about trying to help all of these people that already know you. Because truth be told, they're eyeing you, trying to see, how you're going to do. Some of them actually really do care about you and all this stuff. But a lot of times, they're just trying to see what it is that you're doing. How far have you surpassed them? If they start, how fast can they catch you? But then there's just a part of it where they're never really going to buy the products from you. They're never really going to help you out. And the reason why is because they're somewhat upset at the fact of the matter that it's just not them. And they'll take their time and they'll follow other people. They'll like other people's content. And let me see something. And what you will end up finding out is, why is this not working the right way? And what you're going to end up finding out is that because people know you, and they've seen you come up, you just are just common to them. And I know this to be true in social media. I know this to be in my life. Is when I moved away from my city that I was born in, and I went to another city. The way that I was able to help people, the way I was received, it was so much more like seamless. I don't even want to say just easy, but it was just so much more seamless. And it didn't mean necessarily that people here, where I'm from, that they hated me or anything. It's just something about it that you're just so common to them. And that doesn't mean that because you're common that you're truly less of value. It just is what it is that people know you, they know, they went to school with you, they this and that. And just because that proximity is so close, they're thinking, I know who this dude really is. I know who this girl really is. They ain't really like that. I could definitely do that. I'm way funnier than this person. But for you, keep producing. Keep producing content. Because there are so many people out here that want to know who it is that you are. They want to buy your product. They want to support you. They want to reshare the way that you think. They want to reshare or comment on videos. They want to show how much they're down for you. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that I think that I've made was putting too much stock in the reciprocation of support. Thinking that people that I did favors for was going to directly do it, back for me. And initially when, anything that I've done for people, for the most part, I've never looked for anybody to do it directly back for me. But I think because I've been in this position where I've cut hair and I've gave away so many birthday haircuts and I've helped people do all type of different things, I just kind of was thinking like, I'm not really a needy person. So maybe this is a time where people can kind of look out, and kind of get me together. And it just wasn't that one for one, if that makes sense. Like you help this person and this, a lot of times you're going to find out that you have done a lot more for you have done a lot more for a lot of people, for more people than what they have done for you. And I think that that's a great thing because that has got you to this point in why you're doing social media, because you're doing this video to help more people than just yourself. And I think with that type of heart posture, you already are in the top percentile of content creators. And so, like, one, understanding that strangers is what's going to make you viral. Strangers are what is going. Strangers are going to pay your bills. Strangers are going to show you that attention. But it's going to be strangers. Two is that you don't look at what you did for other people to validate the anger or the disappointment you have. People are people. Another person is another person, or not you. So don't be selfish in thinking that everybody, selfish and stupid to think that everybody should be doing something like you. Everybody's individual, and this is the part of individualism that most of us don't like. People are very unique, and that means that they're different than you and they think different. Now we might have similarities, but that's part two. Part three is understanding that it's just probably just because people know you or they're close to you, and that's why they don't reshare. It's not because they know bad about you. It's just that a lot of times our selfishness as humans look at other people and we compare and we try to say, well, I know Mike. He really ain't that funny. He not really, man, his voice is like this. He's not this tall. He don't got that much money. He's like that. And so they're trying to figure out why it's not them and why it's you. And And you know, a lot of times it's not really anything personally with you of why they're not supporting you. Your content can be enriching, it can be funny, it can be helpful, impactful, um, but you understand that these are tests and that you need these tests so to filter out all those people that are doing it for the wrong reasons. And this video is for those that are doing it for the right reason, um, but they still understand that there are real experiences, real emotions that go on with this. And I could just say, suck it up and just keep on producing, but it's just not. That's just not necessarily human. All right, there's a spot where you get to that place, and days where you do get that part. But I don't care if you're a celebrity, you know, you're all the way up there, or you know, you're just a person with a phone that's starting to produce. Everybody has a spot where comments that shouldn't mess with us, and we create these stories in our mind and these different traps to sabotage ourselves. So keep producing. If you like content like this, if you found this to be helpful, drop it in the comments. If you like content like this and you kind of want more content like this, be sure to let me know. Make sure if you made it to this part and you watched this 11, 12-minute video, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. All right, hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn those bell notifications on. This allows me to see that videos like this do help people. All right, I believe that you're a real person watching this, and I would just love if you would just stab that subscribe button. I would love if you tickle it or whatever it is that you're going to do. But hit that subscribe button, and make sure you share this content with people that you know that is into content, that want to be able to hear the mindset behind somebody that is starting content creating. That's all I got. I'll catch you next time. But until then, stay faithful, my friends. Peace.